Beautiful day here at Red Hen Racing. It's everybody's favorite day. It's Get Clutch Sunday.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
Today's Saturday.
Get Clutch Sunday. You saw the last episode. We did a bunch of things that I wanted to do because I wanted to. Yeah, them's good. And we continue to ignore our problems. Don't look at the oil spots. Such as, you know, oil leaks and slipping clutches. So we're gonna go ahead and address the one that came in today.
Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy.
Get Clutch Sunday?
Yeah, it's Get Clutch Sunday. I put out a poll on the page asking you guys for some reason which clutch we should go with. Y'all are really good at spending other people's money. Did you know that? So we went with the intermediate option. I was gonna go full cheap and get the what's this?
That's a nice motorcycle.
Oh my God.
I have a very short attention span.
I was gonna do the funny thing and get the $90 one just to see if it was worth even the $90.
That motherfucker is not real!
But this Exedy kit was only $150, so we went ahead and got an Exedy kit.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Got a new pressure plate. I really like the drawings on here. The little personified discs. I feel like there's a good tattoo idea in there somewhere.
I like the way that they make it seem like you're gonna have a good time.
We're not gonna have fun. We're gonna purposefully avoid the fun. Pressure plate.
Ready for the clutch?
Are you ready for the clutch?
That's a really good question.
What's with all the, I don't even know what to call those, lines, markings?
In here?
Yeah, what is all that? Art? This is art?
This
It's
is art. Gonna make sure we grease this up really good before we put it in.
Got the grease right here.
Yeah, it came with grease, so you can grease up your disc before you put it in.
Nope.
We already got the front end up on ramps, so we lift up the back. You guys want us to use jack stands? Leave a comment, let us know. We'll start putting that in the poles. We'll just put a pole based on general safety.
They're gonna kill you.
Remember guys, safety third.
Safety third. I know you're super worried about the wheel gap. Coilovers are on the way too, so just calm down. And I didn't have to put out a poll asking which ones because there's like basically just one option and they'll be here in a couple of days. Well, if it does decide to yeet off the ramps, I'll push forward on it so it can't roll back. Do you want us to chock the wheels?
Leave your answers on the poll.
Oh, we can just ratchet strap the tow hook to the wall. And that'll keep it from being able to roll back. How do they get so tangled up? Jesus Christ. They can't roll back. Man, that jack stand's very in the way. That's like right where we need to be. That's the worst place. That's not up high enough. I can't slide and roll around under there. Why is there a bunch of spray foam under here? What's up, man? We all have different ways of repairing rust holes. I haven't seen any exact walkthroughs on how to do the clutch in this car. How hard could it be? It's not a STK. 10 out of 10. Would crawl under.
You're gonna die, clown!
Clutch Sunday!
All right, let's get under here and see what we got.
Hey, I think you got an oil leak.
It looks like we're gonna have to drop this transmission mount. I'm not sure what to do about the drive shaft. This is a 2-piece drive shaft. It has this junction in the middle here, and I think we're gonna try to just unbolt it in the middle and leave the front half in place instead of pulling it out. We still got a couple of wires and stuff attached here and there. No, it's pretty straightforward.
It's really nasty over here, man. Look at this. Nice.
Can you see a good view of the bolts holding the engine of the tranny? They look pretty accessible.
All of it looks accessible. It just looks like we're gonna get severely fucked in the process. Whatever we're wearing, we're gonna throw away.
But I like this shirt. Do you have any of the bell housing bolts loosened up yet? Nope. Alright. That guy's free. I've got 3 of the junction bolts removed and this one's finger tight. So that's ready to let loose whenever we're ready to drop it. For the transmission mount, we've got 1, 2, 4 here that are loosened up, ready to let go whenever we're ready to actually drop it. So, time to move on to the front and get the bell housing disconnected. There's a bolt. What?
You see it from where you are?
Oh no, I can't see it at all. I'm just holding the end of a wrench. I have no idea what anything is. I just have a wrench on a thing and I turn. I'm a simple man.
What we're looking at is all the way back here. Looks like it's trying to pop. Ah! Oh, hey, you broke off the extension.
Perfect! That's good. That's what you want to see, honestly.
You ready to break another one of these?
Yeah. Place your bets on which one it's going to be. I'm going with the adapter, actually. These medium drive to small drive adapters, they tend to break, so
I think you're gonna strip the head next.
don't say that.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Actually going smoother than I expected. All of the bell housing bolts have been pretty easy to get to, honestly. This last one up top here is kind of a bitch, but just gotta figure out how to get on it. And after that, I think it's ready to drop. Like, it seems like there's plenty of room around it to the firewall and everything. Like, I know in some things you gotta like halfway drop the engine and drop subframes and shit to get some wiggle room, but it kind of looks like it has wiggle room already. It's just dirty as hell. Probably gonna scrub this transmission down once we get it out. All right, let's figure out how to get this motherfucker off of here. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Just get it out of there. This long ass boy is getting wobblier and wobblier.
Oh man. Yeah, let me go ahead and put this camera down.
4 to 6 days later.
All right, we got him out. This stupid bolt. He's dumb. This guy is actually the one that worked. It's a spark plug socket, actually, but it's super weeble wobbly. These things are very useful for not having to have a separate, like, universal joint deal. Those are good. Get you some. All bell housing bolts are out. All the bell housing bolts are out, I think. I'm sure we'll still find something that's holding it up, but it's time to try to separate it and drop it. So let's do that. The drive shaft's not just booping apart like I thought it would. Drive shaft is separated, transmission mount is dropped. It's just sitting on the jack. We're basically ready to just wiggle her back and off of whatever's holding its life together at the front end.
I bet the mic is picking up that wind.
Do you hear that? It's the wind.
Maybe. It's okay. They'll get over it. It's hot. Here's the last drive shaft bolt. I'm supporting this tail shaft and some of this. I need you to do most of the wiggling back however you see fit.
Alright, what am I gonna grab in order to do so?
Yeah. Just grab something and pull it in my direction. Ooh.
Oh,
Hey, that comes off.
that comes off.
Hey, what do we got here? What do you do? We found another thing to connect.
Zip tie?
Maybe.
Oh, that's gonna slam right into your fucking face.
Speedometer cable, I think. See if it unthreads up that collar up there. Speedometer cable disconnected. Now it's time to just drop it out.
Now it's time for grab and pull.
Yep, it's time to grab and pull.
Grab his transmission. Get twisted!
Is there anything to disconnect up there?
No, I don't think so. The shifter should just fall through.
You sure about that?
I'm about to start feeling like something's holding it together still.
Oh man.
Hey, what do you think that bolt goes to? We found another bolt.
It's like we almost don't know what we're doing.
You're doing a good job. Alright, is this thing loose enough to come out? I sure hope there's not any more holding it in place anywhere else.
I just learned about reverse psychology.
So?
So he's annoying now.
You see any wiggle at all? Oh, there's one right here. That guy right there.
Yeah, I knew it was there the whole time. I'm just testing it.
Here.
Oh. It's behind this.
Right yeah, that's why you're missing. Yank that out.
Shit, I was feeling up here. I don't see anything. Alright, that's out.
Ooh, I think we have some wiggle now. I gotta readjust. Alright, wiggler. Alright. Should we look for more things holding it?
Maybe I can get a crowbar in that.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Other one maybe. coming.
Look at this.
Send it however you see fit. There he is. Whatever that is out.
It ain't happening from the top then.
Well, let's just give it some more wiggles and see if it'll come.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that just comes out.
Hey,
Nice.
take that away from my face. Well, something's not separating from up top.
What else could there be?
Another bolt.
But where? You know, I see a little spot that looks like it could be the backside of a bolt hole just to the passenger side of the one that was a bitch. I don't think I can reach to put a hand on it.
Ah, fuck.
What?
I found it.
You found it?
I found it.
346 minutes later.
It's day 2 of Get Clutch Sunday, and it's actually going pretty well. It's just time consuming because it's our first time doing it on this car. Transmission is physically off of the engine. The bell housing has separated. We gotten all the bolts out. The only thing holding us up now is that the shifter does have to be disconnected from inside the car. When I first pulled it in here, I preemptively took the shift knob off, thinking that this would just bloop and fall free. But we do have to disassemble all this. We gotta take that apart and undo some amount of the shifter assembly from inside the car in order for the transmission to be able to fall free. That should be the only thing left. It's only like the 12th time saying that, but this should be the only thing left that's holding it in place. So let's get it took apart. And since you're rejoining us for the next day, like it or not, you're basically already subscribed. So feel free to go ahead and hit the button if you haven't already. Don't be a square. With all that out of the way, should be good to drop it now. This is the last time I'm gonna say we should be good to drop it. It's gonna actually drop now. We'll see. All right, back under there. I think we need to shimmy it back forward some for it to plop out of its shifter hole. This is it. In the space coming down, one transmission. What are we missing here? Make sure you drain your transmission fluid before you start doing this. It falls out. Fun fact. Another one. Ah, ooh,
Like that, see?
just like that. Hell yeah.
Just gotta push it.
All right, on the ground.
I gotcha. There you go.
Ah,
Perfect.
first try. Who's a good transmission? You guys are getting the first look at the inside of it. Is it goopy? Is it gross?
It's black! Oh my god!
And it stuff's all really goopy under there. There's the old throwout bearing, completely caked up in goop. Inside of the bell housing, completely caked up with goop. So we're gonna clean the f out of all of that, and then we'll worry about getting the new disc and pressure plate installed. Engine's pretty clean. Let's crawl back up under there and see what it takes to get that clutch out. I said the engine's pretty clean. Look, it's been a long day and it's hot. Few bolts on the pressure plate, and should be out. Yeah, that's fine. Let's hit it with the impact. There's our flywheel. It's a little dirty, but it's in decent shape. And there's our old clutch disc, which is, well, let's get it out from under here and take a look at it. I'm just gonna wipe down this flywheel with a brake clean and send it. It seems fine. I don't see a need to replace or resurface it.
The closer you look,
The less you see.
We're just gonna wipe it down with brake clean and send it. Well, I need a hammer and a couple of pieces of bread. We get to do the bread thing.
You're gonna have to show me how this works.
This pilot bearing here has to come out and get replaced with a new one, and the easiest way to get it out is to hammer the bread. So here we go. All right, time to start hammering. A little more bread. Ow, ow, ow. A little more bread.
Oh man, you can see it coming out.
Yeah, it's this shit works. More bread. That's it.
Hey, there we go, perfect.
Neat. How much for you to eat this? We'll get all this back out. This probably is the kind of situation in which you should probably resurface a flywheel, but no. Here's our new pilot bearing. Should just boop into place pretty easy. I don't know, a socket or, ooh, the old bearing to boop it into place with. No, this is dumb. Yeah, perfect. That ought to do it. I think that's about in there. All right. Pilot bearing has been breaded out and hammered back in. Let's look at the new clutch. Here's our disc that came out. Certainly seen better days. You can see how the hardware is getting ground into. Not any kind of premature failure here. Nothing went wrong per se. It's just probably the original clutch with 80,000 miles on it. We're going to be going to this Exedy. This is not considered a stage of any kind. It's actually their OEM replacement. There's the part number. 16018 OE clutch kit. So this is what they consider to be an OEM replacement, even though it looks significantly different. Probably could theoretically handle a little more power than the stock one, but don't much care about that because we're not going to be running any more power on this engine. When we go to swap it, that'll be a concern, but we'll also probably be running a different transmission. For now, it's a pretty good OEM style replacement. New pressure plate. Just gotta get her slapped together. You know, just slap it together. Just pop it together. Just pop it right back in there.
Put bolts in.
Put bolts in. Alright, new pressure plate and clutch are in. It's just a matter of plopping the transmission back up in here. It's gonna be fun. We're having fun. We're having a good time. We know where all the bolts are. We know how to reconnect everything. It's just getting it back up into place that's really putting it off. I'm just dreading it.
12 sleepless hours later.
All the transmission is bolted up. Let's start it and see if it goes through gears. Dust me off. Am I clean?
Yeah.
Perfect. Is it gonna do stuff? I don't know.
How are those Corbos?
I really like them, honestly. Like, they're pretty comfortable. They're a little tight at the thighs, but like, I think they look really good and they're very comfortable. The clutch pedal feels nice. It goes into first. It feels like we have a clutch. So let's see what happens. Not in gear, that's in neutral with the clutch out. We've got no weird noises. So I'm gonna throw it in first and let the clutch out.
She's rolling.
There's second. Third. I think we have a clutch. Get all the interior back together and go around the block. Look, We might have just pulled this off. If you want to clear the underneath and get it on the ground, I'll finish putting the interior back together. Woo!
How's it feel?
It's a lot grabbier than the stock one was, but the stock one was also slipping really bad, so so far it feels good. Let's go out on the main road. If we're supposed to be running this at its first autocross on Saturday, then it needs to be broken in by then. Yeah. So far, so good. We might have actually done this right the first time. Still gotta make some adjustments to these poor bows. Do you feel tall?
There's a way for you to look at this.
Look at it with the sunroof closed. Pretending to wear a helmet in here on race day Saturday is not, it's not feasible.
You know, these core bows are really, really comfy, but unless you're approximately 72 inches tall.
You can just lean it back a little more. I could race like this. But it's good enough to drive it to work tomorrow and break the clutch in, and for race day Saturday, we'll probably be putting a stock driver's seat back in here because Corbo has not gotten back to me on a solution yet. Because I left them a voicemail saying, hey, it's taller than stock, which is not what we were going for, man. And they haven't answered me yet. You know why they probably don't care is because they're not subscribed. You know who does care? People that hit the subscribe button. So if you give a shit about us in any way, and honestly, if you made it this far, like, what's all that smoke? So now that the clutch is addressed, you know, check in next time and watch us fix some oil leaks. Man, that's smoking a lot.
Ah, that's hot.
Don't look at it.
Until next time.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Burnout competition is next week, but that's cool.
Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and
I have no idea how it acts under load.
Are you about to find out?
We're about to find out.
That's scary. Jesus.
Woo!